time now for the organ to start playing. Oftentimes the chorister waits for you to start and then they will stand up and get ready to conduct. How do you know what to play? Well, this is something to practice as well before you get up and do this in a meeting. There are these little, this one is, it's like a right angle is what it kind of looks like. A right angle here at the beginning of Nearer My God to Thee, right under gently. And then you also can see that at the end of the second line. See if you can find that. That's the symbol for the intro. So you want to practice playing the intro and then going through the whole hymn. So at this point, you're ready to start playing. You play Nearer My God to Thee, nearer to Thee, even though it be a cross that raiseth me. And then I usually do break the sound and wait for the organist to give me a pickup, and then I come in on the downbeat. Nearer my God to Thee. Play through it, and I usually do break the sound at the end of the verse, come in on the downbeat, and then third verse, and the sound is done. You have now finished successfully your first congregational hymn. Congratulations! What next? Well, during the opening prayer, you now can change your settings if you need to. Now again, your first couple times, I would recommend that you're choosing one setting for all three of your hymns so that you don't have to change it. But if anything needs to change, now's the time. You change it during the opening prayer. Once the opening prayer is done and the announcements are given, or sustainings or other things that the bishopric or stake presidency has asked that need to be done, and then they announce the sacrament hymn. Well, you're ready to go. So maybe your sacrament hymn is 180. And you look before time, you don't do this right now because this would kind of be a tough time to figure this out. But before the meeting, you would want to figure out and practice the introduction. Okay, for 180, here's your introduction, this whole second line. So before the chorister gets up, you play that second line. You ready to go? Break the sound. Break the sound meaning you lift up your fingers so that the sound stops. And then you would start in at the request of the chorister, at her or his conducting, start in on Father in Heaven We Do Believe. Okay, you finished that hymn. Wow, you're done with the sacrament hymn. Well, there's something a little bit tricky about the sacrament hymn. If you notice that the priests are not finished getting the bread and water ready, you need to keep playing the organ. It is okay if you don't think to do it, or it's too late, or you feel flustered and don't do it. That's all right to have some silence. There's nothing wrong with that. But traditionally, what you do is at the very end of the sacrament hymn, and this is a little tricky, so you can practice this, at the very end, as soon as you finish playing this last chord, you hit the volume with your foot and start playing the beginning again at a softer volume. If you keep playing at the same volume as the congregation singing, it feels a little awkward because it's really louder than it needs to be. And to have the volume down is very reverent and gives us an opportunity to ponder. And you play just like waiting for the bishopric to get up until they are done preparing the sacrament. And then you find a graceful way to the end of the hymn, or you finish the entire thing. At first, it's probably going to be finishing the entire thing. That's okay. So you finish your sacrament hymn, and now the sacrament is being blessed and passed.